Welcome to Bedtime Stories. Spider search snow. Long, long ago, the land of Iceland was dry as dust. No snow or sleet had fallen all that long winter, and the people worried that their fruits and vegetables would not grow in the spring and summer without water from the melting snow. They knew if they could not arouse Snow God to save them, they would starve. As last days of the second month of winter dawned with still no snow, the animals gathered to talk about what they might do to save their land. Snow God must have fallen asleep, the animals said. Someone must climb Sacred Mountain and wake him. Someone must remind him that we need ice, snow and water. They looked up, and shook their heads. The climb to Snow God's faraway home was a long one. Few had the courage and strength to make the climb. Someone must save us, they said, and so Bear raised his paw and said, proudly, I will go. I am strong and can climb a long distance. Bear began to climb. He climbed, and did not give up until he reached the very top of Sacred Mountain. There he stopped and yawned. I'm very tired, he said. He lay down, and before long he was fast asleep upon the mountaintop. While he slept, the Sacred Mountain roared and swallowed Bear. Days passed as the animals waited down below. Still no snow fell, and the animals began to wonder what had happened to Bear. He must be lost, Deer said. I'll go see if I can find him, and together we'll speak to Snow God. Deer set off upon the trail. Up and up she swiftly climbed, for she was more limber than Bear. When she reached the top of the mountain, she looked all around. I must find Bear, she said, for I am afraid to speak to Snow God myself. She searched for her friend, and after a while she spied a great hole in the earth. She peered down, and there, below, she saw Bear. He waved his paws. Come save me, Deer, he called, and Deer leapt into the hole. Down and down she fell, and as she was falling, the mountain heaved once more, and Bear and Deer were trapped beneath. Below, the animals fretted as the days passed. If we do not receive snow from the gods, we all will starve, they said. Hummingbird fluttered worried and nervous. I'll fly to Snow God's home, he said. I'll wake him and ask him to send us some snow. He began to flutter his wings with all his might. Up, up, up he flew, but as he flew higher and higher, the wind began to blow, tossing him away. Soon he was lost in the vast expanse of sky. He fluttered and flapped, but he knew he was completely lost. He would never find Snow God. Below, the animals mourned their lost companions. Still, they knew they must do something to wake the sleeping Snow God. Who has the strength and the courage to climb to Snow God's home? They asked, looking at each other. Bear and Deer and Hummingbird have failed us. Who can we count on now? At last Spider spoke. I will go, he said. Watch me. And with that he began to spin a web such as none had seen before. He spun, and climbed, and spun again. The animals stood below watching his wondrous work. The sun was shining brightly, and the animals were dazzled by Spider's glorious work. Up and up he crawled, spinning as he climbed. Spider reached the top of Sacred Mountain, and still he worked on. He spun a web above him and climbed right into the clouds. He continued spinning, for he was determined to save the people. At last he reached the home of Snow God, high above the clouds. There he saw Snow God, was fast asleep. He crawled closer and reaching the shoulder of the sleeping god, he tapped it with all his strength. Please, Spider whispered in Snow God's ear. His voice was very soft. Please, Snow God, wake up and save your people. Send snow to us below. We've barely survived this long, dry winter. Hearing this, the Snow God awoke. When he saw the brave Spider at his side, he rubbed his eyes, and as he did, Snow began to fall from them and soon drifted down from his shoulders, his hands, from his neck, chest and legs. "Go home now, Spider," Snow God said, and Spider quickly climbed his web down to the land. When he reached, he saw that everything was covered in ice and snow. All the animals and people cheered brave Spider. To this day, when you see Spider begin to climb up to the clouds, you know that soon Snow God will send snow down. If you like the story, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Good night.